This certainly doesn't look like a battlefield. The University of Adelaide's Leafy Waite campus is home to the largest concentration of agriculture and wine research in the Southern Hemisphere. But it's also the headquarters of the Fight Food Waste Cooperative Research Centre, and the battle they've taken on is critical.
Across the globe, 40% of fruit and vegetable produce is wasted. Researchers here at the Waite are trying to mitigate that with better supply lines and new products for local industries.
Work is already underway to tackle waste from the wine industry, where discarded skins and seeds, known as marc, account for one of Australia's biggest food loss streams. The Centre's Dr. Stephen Lappage is looking for high-value solutions.
So we have done one project with grape marc, and that's extracting the grape seeds out, and in particular grapeseed extract, which is a really popular nutraceutical product. Most of it, well nearly all of it, is imported from overseas, and we really want to be developing those products and making them in Australia.
The Centre's research spans the length of the food chain, from primary production to processing, packaging and consumption. Former waste products like potato starch are looking promising in new roles, from filtration to bioplastic, but sourcing them locally is the aim.
With the potato industry, there's over 100,000 tonnes of potatoes graded out in South Australia alone every year, yet we import 60,000 tonnes of potato starch. Now, we could be producing that potato starch in Australia, and that's the kinds of things we want to do. We've just finished a project with the potato industry all about that.
When it comes to issues of waste, packaging is often criticised, but with good design, it can become an asset.
Packaging is a paradox with food waste. So if you reduce packaging too much, then you will increase food waste, and there's a lot more environmental damage created by increasing food waste than creating the packaging. If we get the portion right, if we get the resealability of the packaging right, if we get the flow of oxygen through the packaging right, these all help extend the shelf life of the food within that packaging and make sure that we minimise food waste as much as possible.
Dr. Lappage believes food rescue organisations like Food Bank and OzHarvest are also vital parts of the picture. But tax incentives for producers to donate their food would be a game changer.
Tax incentives overseas have been shown to dramatically increase food rescue rates. At the moment in Australia, we still only receive about half the food that we need to fulfil the growing demand around food rescue. If we implemented tax incentives, there would be a tax offset around 50 to 100 million, so a cost to government, but the benefits are predicted to be in the order of $2 billion a year in terms of the social, economic and environmental benefits.
As Australia works to halve its food waste by 2030, in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, eyes at the Cooperative Research Centre are fixed on the future.
The economic playbook around how you create value out of food waste is still being written. What is being used to create new foods today could be used for the nutraceuticals of tomorrow. What we use for animal feed today could be the human foods of tomorrow. What goes into composting can be the animal feeds. We're continually trying to upcycle and create the maximum value out of any food waste stream.